Welcome back everybody, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel, Gochujang Mamá YouTube channel. I like to post all sorts of recipes weekly, so if you consider subscribing, be sure to click that bell notification to get all of my latest videos. Okay, today I'm going to make a delicious roasted chicken recipe with a pan sauce gravy. I will also be serving this with a yellow squash casserole. Be on the lookout for that recipe video. I will probably link it below this video or at the end. Okay, so super delicious roasted chicken recipe with a pan sauce gravy coming right up. And here's how I do it. To get started, I am going to make a rub or just a dry seasoning for my chicken. I'm starting off with 2 teaspoons of Lawry's seasoning salt. You could substitute this with just salt. I'm also going to be adding 1 teaspoon of onion powder. This is granulated onion powder. 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic powder. I also will be using 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. You could also substitute this with regular paprika. And I'm going to be using 2 teaspoons of lemon pepper, and this is a salt-free lemon pepper. I'm just going to give this a good mix and my rub is ready. Now, you could essentially just season your chicken with salt and pepper or a pre-made rub of your choice. Now that my rub is ready, I'm going to start seasoning my chicken, but before I do that, I am going to reserve 1 teaspoon of my rub because I will be seasoning the vegetables later with this. This is something optional. I just think it adds another level of flavor to the pan drippings. Here I have a prepared 5-pound chicken, and what I mean by that, I have given this just a rinse in cold water and I have patted this dry with some paper towels. Now I'm going to slather it in 2 tablespoons of softened butter. If you do not want to use butter, you could use a little bit of oil, the oil of your choice. Just brush it on the exterior of the chicken and this will help the dry rub adhere to the chicken. I also would like to mention that I have thawed this chicken in the refrigerator overnight, and once it's thawed, I put it out onto my kitchen counter covered and allowed it to sort of come to room temperature. Basically, I took the chill off of this chicken. I find that when you let your chicken sit out before you prepare it to bake or roast, it aids in a better cook time. It cooks a lot more evenly. Now, I'm going to just tuck the wings right under the chicken. And another thing you'll want to do is to truss or tie the legs together. This will also help the chicken sort of cook evenly. Now, I discovered I'm out of cooking twine, so I was trying to attempt to use a little bit of the skin to sort of put the legs together. Didn't work out. I did, however, cut slits on the extra skin right under the legs and managed to get them to go together. Now all I'm going to do is season my chicken with the dry rub that I made earlier, and I'm going to season it all over. Once I'm done seasoning my chicken, I'm going to work on the pan that I'm going to roast it in. I'm going to be roasting my chicken in a 12-inch large pre-seasoned cast iron skillet. You could use the pan or roasting dish of your choice. To the bottom of the pan, I'm going to add 3 medium carrots chopped. I'm also going to add 3 celery sticks chopped, 1 large onion that I've also chopped, and I'll also be adding 3 to 5 cloves of garlic and 1 small bell pepper that I have also chopped. And I'm just going to give these a mix. By the way, this pan is not preheating or anything. This is just a cold pan. So again, I'll be mixing all of this together. Then I'm going to sprinkle on that teaspoon of reserved seasoning or the dry rub that we made earlier. I'm going to combine it all together, and then I will place my chicken to roast right on top of these vegetables. So while I continue to mix and prepare everything, I just wanted to give insight for the recipe video today. So I normally do like to roast my chicken on top of fresh veggies. I normally do it in a baking dish, but today I decided to do it in my large cast iron skillet because I was watching something on YouTube and there was a pre-roll ad that popped up, and it was for a magic seasoning blend by Paul Prudhomme. So If you guys ever wonder where my inspiration for cooking started, other than my own family, but as a little girl, I used to watch a PBS program. I don't remember the name, but Paul Prudhomme, or Chef Paul Prudhomme, it was his show. And I used to love to watch him cook. I loved his personality. He always made me feel like I could do what he was doing. So anyways, this is my little nod to Chef Paul Prudhomme making my roasted chicken today with the pan sauce gravy. It's definitely not his recipe, at least I don't think, but I just saw that commercial for his seasoning and it inspired me to do it today in my cast iron skillet. I just finished off the top of the chicken with some leftover dry seasoning, so now this is ready to be roasted. I have preheated my oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and I will be roasting this for around 20 to 25 minutes per pound. The best way to make sure that your chicken is completely done and cooked is to use a meat thermometer. You'll want to insert it on the thickest part of the chicken, which is near the chicken thigh, not touching the bone, and you'll want it to read 165 degrees Fahrenheit. So my chicken is done. I've taken it out of the oven and I'm just going to let it hang out in the pan and let it rest. I have another dish to make, so when I'm ready to make my gravy, I'll put the chicken on a pan to continue resting, and I'm going to make my gravy. So I typically do like to let my chicken rest for around 20 to 30 minutes, or at least, sometimes even longer, but I do have other dishes to cook, so it will definitely give me time to rest my chicken. Now on to the gravy. Now, before I add any flour to the pan, I'm going to sort of skim off any extra chicken fat that has rendered from my chicken. Now, this is just going to vary depending how fatty your chicken is. You will want to leave some of that in there because it's going to help us cook the flour to make a roux. So this really doesn't have tons of chicken fat, but I'm just going to skim as much as I can. So I just want to reheat the vegetables and pan juices. I'm also going to give some of these softened vegetables a mash. I just think texturally it sort of creates a very thick type gravy. You don't have to do that. You could also pop all of this into a blender to really make it smooth and creamy. And you might have to skip making a roux because it'll thicken anyways and have more of a reduced sauce. But I'm going to make a pan gravy with a roux today. Once I'm done giving this a good mash and everything is simmering, I'm going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. What I'm using today is 2 tablespoons. Now, again, this will depend on how much fat you have in the pan or how much liquid, but today 2 tablespoons works just fine. I'm going to combine and cook everything until a crust forms on the bottom. That may take a minute or so. And now I'm going to add some chicken broth little by little until I work it into my roux. You want to do this little by little just to ensure that it does come out smooth and creamy and not too lumpy. Obviously, you have vegetables in there, so it's not going to be completely smooth and creamy, but you get what I'm saying. So ultimately, I am going to use around 2 cups of chicken broth in this. And once I combine everything, I'm just going to let it cook until, again, it has thickened and combined. So to add a little color and a little bit more flavoring, I'm going to add some Kitchen Bouquet, which is a seasoning and browning sauce. This is actually optional because before adding this, it is a very nice gravy. Now at this point, if you want a little extra color just to darken or give it a richer tone to the coloring, and again, it is flavoring, you'll want to add just maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of that to your gravy. It gives it a really nice, rich, darker color. Now, once you've mixed that in, you'll want to taste it for seasoning and salt and add the seasoning and salt to your preference, and your gravy is done. My chicken has rested for at least 30 minutes, so now I'm going to speed things up a bit and start breaking down this chicken and show you what it looks like as I cut into it. I can't tell you how great my kitchen smells, and Sunday supper is going to be another perfect roast chicken dinner. Okay, so I've cut some of this chicken. My kid loves the leg, by the way. So I just wanted to show you how wonderful this pan gravy came out. And I served this on top of rice. Again, be on the lookout for a yellow squash casserole recipe. I will be serving that alongside this, but dinner is definitely ready. Everyone's ready to eat. And I just love a good homemade roasted chicken. So I hope you guys give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.